All right, let's get started. Thanks for joining me, Andrew. I'm going to do just a sort of a brief overview of the main points that I wanted to cover, just in case anyone else watches the video afterwards, and then I'll happily talk to you about any questions you may have, and you can decide whether you want those on the public record or just a straightforward chat between you and I privately. So. Just a few things to cover. We're entering the next module now, so that means we don't have anything immediately due this Friday coming, but we do have assignment 2 that is due. I better make sure I get this right. Assignment 2 is due Wednesday, March 23rd. So not this Wednesday, but a week Wednesday is when that one's due. Okay. So with that, hopefully people are making some progress. Hopefully the groups are communicating all right. I haven't heard a ton of feedback saying anything to the contrary. And we've already discussed that if someone is not attending the group or not participating, that's fine. They just won't have a submission and they will get a 0. The rest of the group will work together, presumably, to do the common elements, which are only worth 15% of the mark, as opposed to the 85% of the mark that goes to the specific sections that are identified for each person. So,
Right.
All right. Did you have a question about that, or?
No.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, that seems to be going all right. The student should be well prepared for this because it's 700 words, which should resemble the discussion. So same idea, cited reference. So hopefully you're set up for success in this. It's a much more traditional format than what we used for assignment 1. There were some really good assignment 1 product that we saw, and then there were others that were obviously pretty hastily put together, and the marks reflect that. So I fielded quite a few questions about marks, and I'm happy to do so. Just please do read the feedback and try and digest it before reaching out. So that's all I ask for anyone that is watching this video.
Okay.
Discussions. We've just finished off as of last Friday, as of yesterday. We have finished off discussion 3. So they're being marked even as we speak. Marks should be coming up, as obviously not while I'm here, but they'll be done in fairly short order. They will not have comments. They will just have marks. Please refer to previous comments. We've found through experience that if we've made a comment in the first discussion and a comment in the second discussion, and the same thing's going wrong on the third discussion, that person's not reading comments. So there's no point in us doing that. If after you review your marks on discussion 3, you think that it's unfair, please look at the expanded notes for the syllabus, for the rubric. It definitely should tell you what's going on and why you were assessed the way you were. Probably one of the biggest confusing points for students still seems to be the difference between citations and references. You need both. They're not the same thing. So the citation is the little thing in brackets that you put Smith, 2010, that points to the sentence that you use that information from, and then the full reference is down at the bottom. So that's something that people continue to confuse. Though in fairness, not as much as previous years. So I think we're doing a little better. So
Well, that's good.
Yeah, we make progress slowly. We learn from, when you teach 200 students at a time, you try and take something away and figure out how to do it better next time. So that part we're winning. The part that we lost on this year, quite honestly, was that 30% of the class handed in assignment 1 late. I have never, ever experienced that before. So that confused me greatly. But so 30% of people took at least a 10% penalty, as much as a 70% penalty. It's hard to get good marks with that. So anyways. And the last thing I wanted to talk about was exam scheduling. So everyone should have got an email from Trent Online, which is online at trentu.ca. And the instructions would be to pick a location and delivery form for your exam. And you have until the 18th of March, which is next Friday, to do so. So there's three choices. There's Trent in Peterborough, Trent in Durham, and online proctored exam through Examity. So if you make no choice, you get to write in Peterborough. If you make no choice and you figure out on the day before the exam or even on the 19th of March that you don't want to come to Peterborough, it's too late. There'll be no sympathy. We're not, everyone's been given a couple of weeks, so please choose where you want to be and how you want to do this exam. If you choose online, remember that your internet connection is your problem, so have a backup. So that's something I can't remedy. I have no way of helping or proving that people have internet access issues. So, sorry, you got some audio in the background there. Andrew.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. Anyways, yeah, so have a backup, have a phone with some data on it, or have a secondary source of internet, or a location you can zip to if you need to get internet. Yeah, we can't do much for anyone that runs out of internet. So that's a risk that you are by doing that. So yeah, that's my main comment there. I'll be proctoring likely in Durham. I'm not sure who will be proctoring in Peterborough, but it'll be sort of a standard, very standard exam. If you choose the online, you'll have to take a further step of scheduling with Examity, which is the third-party service that Trent employs to do the proctoring for online exams, and you'll pick a time slot. Generally, that time slot will be the same day as the exam or a day later, something like that, within 24 hours of the exam. It won't necessarily be at the exact same time as your peers are writing, but you do need a webcam and a microphone, and you of course need your student ID or at least government issued photo ID. If you're going to write online, you still need the ID. If you're writing in person, we still need that. And we'll talk way more about the exam as we get closer. Our last office hours will be about the exam. The thing that I want to highlight here is that you need to choose your location by next Friday. So that's all I got, Andrew. Anything, do you have any questions or?
Well, I was just wondering where, about the research for my assignment.
Yeah.
I was wondering where to start on that. I mean, obviously you need to look at the concept from the textbook. So, but can I look online for suggestions?
Of course. Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Use your textbook as your primary reference, meaning there's always sort of conflicting information online. Use your textbook as your primary, and if you need more information, feel free. I mean, you certainly want to have a couple or a few sources, just like a discussion. So yeah. What we're really looking for so Thomas and I, as people that are assessing the product that you provide to us, is that you've digested the concepts as have been taught through the textbooks, and you understand them. You're demonstrating an understanding of them. So
okay,
that's what we're looking for.
Okay.
All right.
That's all I really wanted to know.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah. Is your group communicating? I guess
Yep.
I don't want you to throw anyone under the bus because obviously this is kind of public.
Yeah. We had a meeting. We had a meeting this week.
Good. Excellent.
Thursday, I think.
Excellent. So my advice, and I think I said this last week, for the group project, is to designate someone to do a final review after everyone's done their individual reviews and maybe everyone's kind of touched the final product. Have one person make sure it's consistent. So the consistent font, consistent tense, consistent use of the name of the company that you're consulting to, that sort of thing. Make it look before it gets handed in as if one person wrote it, as much as possible.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, and that touches on one other point, which again I talked about last week, but bears repeating. I just want one person to submit. If you have to submit a second or a third version as whatever, for whatever reason, that's fine, but don't have all members of the group submit, just one, please.
Okay,
All righty.
right.
Well, thanks for taking some time, Andrew. I do appreciate it.
Good. No problem.
Get on with your Saturday. Have a good weekend.
Okay, thanks.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.